How's things? Welcome to
Well.
This is our live interactive show. I don't know if any of you watched the game last night because I don't think it was broadcast on anything, not even my dodgy. So, yeah. Anyone know anything about the game?
Seen the goal.
I saw the goal.
I woke up this morning and there was a dodgy feed running through Brisbane Hammers. I won't say who it was, but fucking hell. I saw a little bit of it, heard a few chants. It was good.
Yeah, so obviously we got the 1-0 win against Lincoln City last night. Happy days. On to the next round. I think I said that this is one of the cups that I definitely think we should have a bust at. And, yeah, Arsenal next.
I think that's a great tie, to be honest. Like, do we want to go out to someone big in the quarterfinals or semi-finals, or do we want to face them now? And you know, we're going to have a lot of games with Europe and stuff, so we might as well just go straight in, have a mouth-watering tie now, go for it. It's boom or bust, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Matty, did you watch anything, mate? Have you seen anything?
No, I saw the goal, and. Look, the most important thing about that game was that we won. It didn't really matter to me how we did it. I can't comment on the performance. I believe Dinos had a good game. Some of the stats I've seen, which we'll probably talk about when we come to the lineup for the Sheffield United game. But look, it was job done. I agree with Dave. I don't mind getting any of the teams that are left in it. I think being at home is probably key for us. I think that gives us a real opportunity, and you never know. You beat them lot, and we could pick up one of the Championship or League One teams that are left, and a couple of games from Wembley.
Well, am I right in believing that this was one of the games that Moyes threw? Do you remember when we went quite far into the competition? Was it one of his first games against Arsenal where he chucked it for the league? Do you remember? I'm pretty sure.
I don't.
Yeah.
When was that? Going back to his first season,
first tenure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway,
sounds familiar.
I think me and you watched it, Dave. Actually, at Pig and Whistle on the Mall in the morning.
Mate, I can't even
remember that.
Happened at the weekend, so
that's good reason for that, mate.
I can't remember what happened 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
But yeah, anyway,
you got home safe.
I think going into number 41's return, looks like he's got a bit of a back injury.
Oh, really?
When's the game? It must be 2-3 weeks away yet.
I think it's saying 31st of October.
Yeah, commencing 30th of October.
Yeah. It says. It's interesting though. I mean, we've got Man U got Newcastle, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Everton, Burnley. And then we play them, but there's every chance there's more and more Prem teams are going to be knocked out of it. So you never know. I agree with what you always said. Like it's good to have them at home, and you never know, right? Hopefully we don't throw it and we have a fair dinkum crack at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely a cup that I want to have a real dig at. I think I've got that taste now for silverware. I think this is one that we can. Yeah, I feel stupid saying it because we've only had one. But I've got a real taste for it now. I want it.
It's going to be one of the two that we win this season, isn't it? So we've got to start somewhere. But I don't know. I think it's a good tie, and the number 41 thing adds a bit of spice to it.
Yes.
Whether he's fit or not, I'd question whether he'd actually play anyway. I think they might keep him back because I don't know what sort of team they would put forward. I'd imagine they'd play a pretty decent strength team, but I've just got a sneaking suspicion that he wouldn't play.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to think about it though, like for Arteta, like it's time to deliver. Like they fucking spent a lot of money, and they're not just going to be happy being in the Champions League. Like they want to go deep into cups, and they want to finish top of the league, like for the next 3 or 4 years. So I don't know. I reckon they're going to have a fair dinkum crack at it.
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that we would take it a little bit more seriously because we're not going to get the league. The league's obviously not something that we're ever going to go for. And as I said to you,
you're calling that a bit early, Kingy. Have a bit.
You're calling it way too fucking late, mate. But yeah,
just out of curiosity, did anyone see the stat today that Man United have been drawn for the 12th time in a row at home in the cups?
Really?
So yeah, 12 times in a row. Ridiculous.
Fucking pricks.
Yeah.
And they're still shit.
They'll probably go out to the Geordies, wouldn't they? I reckon.
You'd have to probably make the Geordies favourites, yeah.
I would at this point in time.
I agree. I reckon they're a better side. Like Newcastle are a far better side than Man United. So it's a fair shout. I reckon you could be right there. So
I'll tell you what though, we come through Arsenal. You got Man United versus Newcastle. Man City had just been knocked out. Liverpool, you wouldn't want to face Liverpool, especially after what we just faced at the weekend. But you go, there's a lot of big teams gone out already.
There's Everton, Burnley, so one of them will
go.
And then there's two non-Premier League ties, isn't there?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's Chelsea, Blackburn, Mansfield Town, Port Vale, Exeter, Middlesbrough, and Ipswich, Fulham. So, yeah, really, like like you say, if we get past it, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Man U.
We'd have to play better than we did last night, by all accounts.
Yeah, but if you look at the team we put out, like we're not going to put that side out against Chelsea, are we? Or we're not going to put that side out against Man U.
Oh, we'd put it out against Chelsea. You don't need to worry about that. Anyone decent, you'd put a strong team out.
We're probably under their third manager by the end of the month, so.
Yeah.
So we reckon we could get a result against Arsenal?
Yeah,
we can,
definitely.
Sure. Yeah. Whether we will or not.
I'm not saying we will, but we definitely can.
Wow,
we did it City a couple of years ago, didn't we? Was it 2 years ago? We beat City at home on
penalties.
Yeah. It's funny how you remember certain things.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm looking at a comment on here, Ryan, and apparently it was Man United we played anyway. So we're both both memories are shot, aren't they?
I'm pretty positive it was Arsenal. I'm positive. I'll have to have a look after anyway.
Have a look.
Anyway. Right, so coming on to this week's big, I call it the Tevez derby.
Tevez game.
Or we could just do the step song 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you know what I mean? Like, where you want to go with it? You know what I mean? But I don't think we'll be hitting them for 8. That's for sure. But I'd like us to have a real fucking good turn up with goals on the weekend.
I don't know. I was looking at what was that, Dave?
I said I'd hate us to lose.
I'd hate that as well.
Yeah.
Like every other result, like they haven't been knocked out of the park at all. Like they 2-1 against Spurs, 2-1 against City, Forest Palace, and Everton, and their other results, and they've managed to score in most of them as well. So,
no, have you got a body, mate, or have you just like sunk in?
Hey,
have you got a body,
I'm
mate?
A bit comfy.
No, I mean
just sliding down my chair.
Literally, there is nothing apart from a head above me.
Someone's come along and grabbed that lever behind him and it's gone.
That's right.
Fucking hell.
Not wearing any pants.
Yeah, so Sheffield United on the weekend, back at our place. I think it's very important that we get these 3 points up on the board, especially with the 2 losses that we've just come off of. I mean, obviously it was Man City and Liverpool. I don't think anyone would have argued about that. I don't think we've won at Anfield in what is it? Once in 60 years or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of us were really pinning our hopes on it. Man City obviously going to lose to them, but I think this weekend, if we're to show that we're having a good start to the season. This is massive 3 points for us.
Yeah, I agree, and I said it the other day after the Scouse game. I think it's probably our most important game of the season so far, because it's the difference between keeping that momentum of a good positive start and, you know, slipping down the table, three defeats on the bounce. I cannot see it happening. I don't think it will happen. I just think we need to avoid a bit of complacency. I don't think we're gonna batter them. You know, I think it'll be a win, probably a comfortable win, but yeah, I'd be happy with any sort of win at the weekend. I think it's more important to get the points on the board, and obviously against these fuckers, there's a lot more than just points on the line.
Oh,
What do you mean?
Bit of rivalry.
Talk us through it, Luke.
Well, no, listen. You'll hear me say every week that there's certain teams that I don't like, and you know, but this lot, I despise them. Absolutely despise them.
Because of Tevez or what?
Yeah, because the whole Tevez affair.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
You know, and I get, you know, what we did. It was wrong, but they use that as an excuse for their own complete fucking shitness. All they had to do on that last day of the season was not lose at home to Wigan, and you know, dragged us through the mill for fucking years and years afterwards. McCabe, Warnock, and it was that big centre half with Morgan.
Yeah.
Bunch of absolute fuckers, and I hate them, and I hate the fans. So yeah,
I hate Sean Bean.
Yeah,
Fucking hate Sean Bean.
Oh yeah, even Sean Bean got involved in that. Even Sean
How
Bean.
do you really feel about it, though, Manny? I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sean Bean. They all piped in, didn't they? Every man in his fucking whippet was involved.
Full Monty jumped in the lot.
Man.
Fucking bastards.
Yeah.
They were shit though. That was in their own hands. They could have stayed up. They were fucking shit.
They were
That's why they
absolutely
were down.
shocking. I mean, they beat us 3-0 with about
3-0.
games
We
to
were
go,
done.
and we
We
were 7 points ahead of us.
We were fucking done for at that point. They should have stayed up, but they fucked it up. So fuck
Yeah,
them.
they did.
Like a whinging kid because they didn't get their own way, and even when they were arguing, it was a very specific amount of points they wanted deducted from us. It wasn't just let's punish them and deduct a couple of points. They were aiming for that specific number that they needed to keep them in.
How much
wankers.
How much money did we get done for that? Was it
30 million?
30.
Yeah,
was it?
5.5 fine, and then we gave them compensation, 20 mil or something.
It's mad to think how football's changed, though, isn't it? It's mad to think how football changed when we got fined 30 mil. We thought that was like mental, and then we're going with fine players now for 50. Like, it's crazy times. But yeah, I think. What's your score predictions for the weekend then?
I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0. Goal in each half. And I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I think there's no way we're going to win 8-0. I think anything less than 9-0, I'd be disappointed, to be honest. So, I think we've got a good chance of winning like 3 or 4-0, to be honest, though. I think it's going to be interesting because there's another game we've got to dominate possession on. Right, it's not one you're going to hand over at home. You're going to have to look at what 60% possession in this game. And we'll have to play it a bit differently for our natural game. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. You've got to get our first goal fairly early to really grab them by the scruff, I reckon.
Yeah.
But I reckon 3 or 4-0.
No, I agree with you, Dave. I think if we nick one early, it'll be a really different game. But I'm not sure we will. And if Again keeps playing, I reckon we've still got a mistake in this at the back. I reckon it's going to be about a 3-1, something like that. But we'll just be battering them around the box, and we'll probably need a bit of Kudus magic or a set piece or something like that to unlock them, and then it will start to flow. They'll start to chase the game, and we'll get in behind them a bit more.
Yeah, I think I'm going 4-1, and I think Bowen will get 2. I'm going for Mavropanos header and Kudos to score. That's what I'm going for. And bear in mind,
I like that call.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. On the weekend, I forgot to tell you boys, right? I forgot to tell you boys. Me and my mate Al, who come to watch it, is a Liverpool fan. We put a bet on the night before, and we put over 2.5 goals. Bowen and Salah to both score 600 notes back.
Oh, really? Nice one.
So,
well, we heard about it on the last show, but Dave hadn't heard that before because he's just woken up. So.
It was a long night.
I think that's us.
Very long.
Yeah.
Right, we got some comments here. Matty, do you want to read some of these out, mate? Do you know?
Yeah, I will do.
No, start from the top, mate. Start from the top, though, yeah?
Just picking his mates.
Listen, I'd just like to say goodbye before I get my head chopped off. No, I'm here of my own accord. All right, let's have a look. So, what have we got here?
No.
So this is from Haydos. It's a good draw for us.
I'll start it. This is the top one. Fuck me.
Oh.
So 50 pence, 7-1 because we can't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, especially if Aguerd's playing. Another bit of YouTube royalty here. Happy Hammerette. Good morning, chaps. Made a meal of the game last night, didn't we? Roll on Arsenal. Hope we smash them. 100%. David, hello, boys. Got lucky last night. I don't. Did you? Hey,
you're guilty.
Good man.
We love to see someone
Shout
get
out
lucky.
to Dave.
But that wasn't the Dave on the channel, by the way. I can tell you that right now.
There's nothing no. Certainly wasn't. My missus was in Sydney, so she'd have something to say if I did.
Chris, think we play United in the League Cup quarterfinal and went out after extra time. Chris, as I've just put up earlier, mate, I think you'll find that I was correct, which is nice to see. Happy Emirates. Ironically, the last time we beat Arse at home was 2019 and Rice was the only goal scorer. I do remember that. That was the top right, wasn't it?
I was at Danny's place that night.
Do you think that Rice will repay us for the fucking time he ducked his head against Arsenal? Remember that? He thought he got a call from Fabianski and he's fucking ducked his head in the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking knows this one.
He does, the twat. He probably won't.
Yeah.
Sorry, number 41. You owe us a goal.
Yeah, another one from Chris. Arsenal colleague wants us to knock him out. They really want to focus on the league. Well, that's typical of a stupid fucking gooner, isn't it? Having that attitude. They're not going to win the league, so they might as well try and stay in it. What a deluded twat.
Yeah, agree with that.
Where do you work, Chris? A dementia ward or something, mate? Or
fucking school. Probably one of his kids.
I started this one before, so I'll finish it. It's a good draw. It's one of the more open league cups in a while. Beat Arsenal, and you never know. Yeah, I think we've touched on that. There's, I think Newcastle and Liverpool are the obvious threats, but yeah, we're definitely in with a chance.
Who do you think you are, Bradley Walsh? For fuck's sake, I've started, so I'll finish.
Yeah, it was fucking Johnny Vegas last week.
Yeah, you're going to Dr. Who next, mate, aren't you?
Ronnie Bubble. Focus on the league. Jokers, laugh out loud. I think we just covered that one. That's for sure. One is more than Tottenham from Tony Martin.
He must be talking about trophies.
Yeah,
he sure is. He sure is.
I've just had to. It's pissing down with rain here in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's coming through my window.
Oh, can I just go off track for a minute? I walked into my bedroom the other day. I'm on the first floor apartment, and there was a snake in my balcony window trying to get in the bedroom.
Oh, no.
Scared the fucking shit out of me. I haven't seen a snake in the wild in 15 years that I've been here.
You sure it was a snake and not Nathan climbing up your drain pipe?
Man.
Yeah, I actually got one of my... got one in my pool skimming basket last week. And opened up
Did
the
you?
lid, little fucking nasty black
Yeah, but
thing.
the missus left that there on purpose just to see if you'd fuck off again.
Nearly worked too, didn't it? Taking me 4 days to time.
Happy Amaret. I was convinced we'd get Man United again. Glad they got the Magpies. Yeah, I think that's a cracking tie, that. I think that's a really good game. Did you see Amrabat play against Palace as well? He looked class.
Played at fullback, didn't he? Or was that last night?
Yeah, that was the other night. Well, whatever. Tuesday night, whatever it was. The last game against Palace. So, yeah, I think that'd be a top game. Rani Bubble, Newcastle could be a good gut team. I'd agree with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be one of the favourites, wouldn't they? I reckon. Yeah. So I reckon they'll beat Man United.
Yeah,
were they in the final last year?
Yeah, they were against Man United.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The other Nolan sister will lose to Blackburn on penalties on a cold Wednesday night.
Not again.
Not again. I think they're still playing that penalty shootout. Jimmy Nolan again. Stuart fucking Ripley will probably be there.
Do you know who Stuart Ripley is, Ryan?
No, I ain't got a fucking clue, mate.
He played for him in the 80s, mate. 90s, mate.
Oh, I thought it was like a detective program or something, to be honest.
Inspector Ripley.
Yeah, that's the one. Fucking hell.
Another one from Jimmy.
Can I just say something, Matty, if you want to do like a family reunion or something, just have a chat. Ring each other up.
Needs his own channel, doesn't he?
This is the only communication I have with him. He never rings me, never messages me. So,
he thinks you're a hostage, mate.
Field David assists from set pieces against those Yorkshire Pullins. JWP could easily do the same. They defended like statues. Yeah, I think that's fair. He's got a good foot on him, hasn't he? He's quite similar. Well, not as good, but he's quite similar. A couple of those balls that he put in for the headers were quality. So
mate, we got Soufal as well at the moment. I think everyone's forgetting about Soufal.
Yeah,
Soufal doing some crack as well.
Haydos. They'll have a point to prove after their thrashing at home. Reckon we'll still win, but predicting 2-1 or 3-1. All right. Probably. They will, but I mean, after you've just been beaten 8-0, if you can't get your fucking team motivated to do something after that, then you've got problems, haven't you?
Oh, if anyone wants to read that one out, it'd be nice. I might get the missus in to read this one.
I'll do that for you. David. David got lucky last night, so he's feeling plucky. King is right. Threw it away against the EFL Cup, which we could have got to a semi-final. Cool. Well, we all could have got a semi at some point, mate, but we didn't all get lucky, did we?
Darren Higgins.
Played, Dave. That was good.
You're funnier on a 3-day hangover.
Yeah.
Darren Higgins, best wishes from Thailand. Come on, you irons. Come on, you irons. Nice one, Dazza. Tony Martin, 1989 was the last cup win for West Ham against Arsenal. That was the year I was
Senior.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah.
How old were you?
We've played him a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, I was at that one where Hartson scored and then he fucking missed the penalty in the penalty shootout.
Missed the penalty.
I actually
Yeah.
remember my mum let me stay up and watch that.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. I was in the Bobby Moore stand.
That was the pony kit with the. I remember it. Yeah, I do remember it. Didn't he score? Wasn't that the one where he flicked it over his head?
No, that was the Canio.
That was in the league. That was the Canio.
Yeah.
Hartson didn't do anything like
That was a great game.
He only flicked Berkovic's head.
That's it. Jimmy Nolan, fuck Sean Bean and Sharp. Well, Sharp's actually fucking razor sharp over in LA Galaxy at the moment. Billy Sharp. He's playing for LA Galaxy in the MLS and he's tearing it up. He's still going, the boy. But yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
They beat us. This is from Chris. They beat us in the running. I think he's talking about Sheffield United.
Yeah.
From 07.
Sean Beams, this guy can't spell cunt. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Oh, I think there's a nice little
love affair.
Love affair, yeah.
Someone's
We
flirting.
can connect people.
Oh, look, here we go.
Hang on, maybe we should shut up and see how this conversation goes.
Keep going.
Someone else,
Continue.
someone else is getting lucky tonight.
Fancy seeing you here. Tony Martin, 2021 against Man United, we won 1-0 in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Chris, 30 mil seems nothing now. The season before, 05-06, we signed Dean Ashton for a then record £7.5 million. What a player. I heard that he was at the West Ham Way event on the weekend, and apparently he was fucking brilliant. Brought a lot of people to tears, apparently, including Mad Dog, which you didn't think anyone could make that fucking cry.
Oh, I reckon he's a soft ear. Oh, Mad Dog. For sure.
Bit of a pussycat.
Ronnie Bubbles. Cap full of goals on the final day in a game they were winning and only needed to draw. And it was fuck them. Yep. I think the consensus generally is fuck them.
Yep. Great.
Can you read the comments out first, mate, before you start answering the fucking thing? Here you go. Dave Hutton, what do you lads think the third strip warm for the Lincoln game? I like it. Would any of you fancy buying it? I bought both. I bought the away and the home one this year. I do not like the third. Not really a fan. Got to be honest.
It's a bit too Chelsea blue for me.
Lucan?
Sorry, I'm just sliding down again.
It's too Chelsea, and they probably wouldn't do it in my size anyway. So I'll give it a miss.
What about that video? That video I sent you today about. Do you remember when I bought that?
When you wore that shirt. King came out one night with the Brisbane Hammers watching West Ham in the Pig and Whistle, and he'd ordered the wrong size shirt. Was it a small or a medium or something?
It was a medium.
Small. And he took a chance and wore it and just got the fucking shit ripped out of him all night. You were like this. You couldn't move your arms.
It was the black and gold one. It was a fucking classic. I was like, I've got to try and fucking wear it.
Can't help it if you're massive, can you?
Yeah, I know, mate. I am massive. Jimmy Nolan, Lord Lucan looks like he's recording a fucking hell. I've been here before. Yeah. 50 pence. David Ainsworth.
Unsworth, it should be.
Yeah,
Unsworth was a savage, taking the penalty against his old club and sending them down. Probably thought he owed us something. Yeah, I remember him, but I don't remember this.
He was a good player for us. I think he was only there a year or two at the most. Good penalty taker, and he took the penalty for Wigan that sent Sheffield United down, which is where that comment's come from.
Righto.
Ah, yeah.
Unsworth. Agent Unsworth. Yeah, his missus didn't like it down in London, so he wanted to go back up north and ended up.
And then he went to Villa, didn't he?
I know. Yeah, they maybe stopped halfway, a bloody welcome break or something like that, and thought, "Fuck
stopped
it."
At Hilton Park Services.
Oh, I ain't going all the way back there.
Bit like you trying to get home and going to each bench on the way home.
I know. Found a comfortable one in the end, though.
Yeah. Put you to sleep, didn't it?
Right.
Let me put a bit of context on this. So we went out on Sunday. Dave had a very big night, enjoyed himself thoroughly, but he didn't quite make it home till Wednesday. So, yeah, he just kept going and going and going and going. So, finally we got him back, and now he's back in his garage. Happy days.
Back to his happy place.
You don't know where I am. I could be anywhere.
Yeah, that's good.
At least you're not about to have your head cut off.
Mr. Frankie Kingston. Hello, mate. A cheeky.
Should we let him compose it? Oh, Jesus. It was funny.
Fuck, I'm redder than normal.
Oh, man.
Cheeky 3-0.
I will. Frank Kingston, a cheeky 3-0 win versus Sheffield, in my opinion. Like that, Frankie boy. Very well.
Like that.
David, I give you a bag of PG tips, a monkey's ransom fee to set him free.
Thank you very much, David.
I'll just take the PG tips, mate. Thank you. Put the kettle on, love.
Happy Amaret. Chelsea have finally got a goal that could be entered for September goal of the month. They're doing training ground videos now, aren't they? Useless.
All right, this one's from Daniel Sawyer. Thanks for the comment, Daniel. Man United at another home draw. Incredibly, the draw marked the 12th consecutive time. I'm sure I said this earlier. In a domestic cup competition where Man United have been drawn at home. Yeah, it's scandalous. You can't tell me there's not something dodgy going on there. But it's been like that for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but they're shit. Frank Kingston, how good did Fab look in the cup game? It's nice having two decent keepers and not Adrian and Roberto. What cup game are we talking about, Frankie? Because I don't think anyone from outside of that ground watched that game last night.
No.
If he did do well, happy days. I'm always happy to see that.
Maybe Kent Hammers could give us a mention, mate. He's put a couple of comments up here and there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going through them, mate.
Copy.
Yeah, copy.
If he's talking about the Europa game, though, like, I thought it did play well.
There you go.
Good morning, lads. Lincoln was a good old school ground last night, and if we don't win Saturday, it will be Tevez's fault.
Well, what, are we getting him back in? That'd be fucking brilliant, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Was it, obviously not last year, was it the year before they had all them fucking Tevez masks all handed out to the boys, to the supporters?
Yes.
Oh, the hat, the mask.
Yeah. Tevez game.
I think we'll put Lord Lucan in that on our Monday show.
He's got to get out of the fucking terrorists camp first.
Yeah, it's been negotiated, mate. Box of PG tips is all sorted.
That's good. We lost it there.
Kent Hammers. We only had Ashton for 4 months, signed him in January, played in a cup final in May, crocked in August before the season started. Yeah, it didn't have a good run with us, did he, really, in a way? But it was a glimpses of absolute fucking brilliance from him that I gutted that we didn't get to see more of him.
The goal he scored that really sticks with me, I'm pretty sure it was the first or second one he scored against City in the FA Cup quarter final.
Yeah,
I still don't know what he did with the ball, but he kind of chopped it across and buried it. And you just think he was something special. And yeah, we never really got to see the best of him for a sustained period.
He was
of time.
so direct.
Even when he came back and he was injured, he was still decent.
He reminded me of Shearer.
Yeah. Well, he even scored that overhead kick in Noble's testimonial, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he got one at Old Trafford.
Didn't walk for 4 days after.
Darren Higgins, by the looks of it, you four couldn't shut up. Don't get that.
Well,
it'd be a fucking boring show if we didn't. I think. Chris, banished to the garage. Yes, he is banished to the garage. He's actually on his bed at the moment in there, Dave. In ya?
Yeah. All right.
Jimmy Nolan, Unsworth managing at Oldham now. Been to see them a couple of times, and he's no Pep. I don't think many people are.
No.
Happy Amaret, I'm food shopping for my nan and laughing like a weirdo because of your laugh. I'm only going to go with it's got to be the Manx laugh, surely.
Johnny.
I don't know. It'd be good to get some clarification.
Nathan's just did an audition there for the laugh, I think.
Yeah. Who's got the best laugh? Vote.
Haydos, going off the highlights, Fab put in a few solid saves, including a pinpoint blanker against Lincoln. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to lie. I haven't looked at it because I think it's a bit to look at highlights. I don't think you can really have a chat about a game on here if you haven't seen the whole thing. You know what I mean? I think it's too easy to show a good highlight reel. Do you know what I mean?
I was listening to another pod today, the Come On You Irons one, and they were talking about whether or not Areola commands the defence as much as Fab would, so they're really talking about those two goals against City and Liverpool that got dinked over the top, and both times our centre-backs were split and the striker ran straight through the middle. Would that actually happen under Fabianski?
I think I've said it on here before. I don't understand how there isn't any communication with them. They all talk to each other in the same language. Like, I don't understand why there's a problem there. It baffles me, actually. And if you're all mates, you sort of have to you take it on the chin a little bit, don't you? But I think they need to do that a little bit more, to be honest.
I agree with that, but I also think that if we're going to sit in that low block, like where's our 9 that's going to try and stop that free pass at the top? Especially the game against Liverpool, right? He's had so much time to hit that pass and dink it over the top with no pressure on him whatsoever.
Yeah,
we've got to stop that. But like the good teams will be looking at that, just going, well, they're just going to sit in. They're not going to come at you. Maybe that's the ball you need to play to get the goal. I don't think Sheffield have probably got the skills to actually pull that off, but it's something that we need to be aware of moving forward too.
What a finish from Nunes, though. It was fucking superb.
It was.
Fuck's sake, that's really good, isn't it? But
I'm surprised you remember it.
Yeah,
I was just about to say the same.
50 pence. Ashton was going to take us places. Yeah, he was. Again, I'd love to have been there on Saturday at West Ham Way event because by all accounts he was brilliant. He spoke a lot of sense. Talks about a lot of his struggles coming from football, and I really liked what I heard actually. So I'm a bit gutted to miss that one.
I don't think his career at West Ham, his whole career though, he would have got taken by someone bigger than us.
If he carried on, he was down to United. Simple as that.
I reckon.
Fab kept Ken Hammers. Fab kept us in the game. Made one world class point blank. There's a 7-minute highlight from last night on YouTube. Yeah, I will have a little look at it after, but I didn't want to come on here and talk about anyone's performance from watching 7 minutes. I think, so if he made a couple of good saves, brilliant. But I didn't want to come on here and say, Mavropanos should get in the team because he played well for the 30 seconds I saw him. So I think that's why I didn't really watch it.
I guess fair observation though. We've only won the game 1-0, and if he's made a couple of really good saves, then I guess ultimately that's got us a result as much as scoring the goal as.
Yeah, and Souček got another one.
So another near post flick. So
who crossed it? Does anyone know? Does anyone know who the commentator was?
No.
Ken Hammers, Ashton cross between Teddy Sheringham and Shearer. Teddy Brain, Shearer's finishing power. Teddy Sheringham, what a player. Ken Hammers.
Update from Kent.
Is that hot?
Tap to Oldham.
You can say it if you want, mate. You can read the comment out if you want to say it.
Matty did. He said Unsworth sacked at Oldham, I'm sure.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Another one from Ken. Ariola doesn't command his box. He can see everything. He should be screaming and taking the ball, the players, the lot. Yeah, I think I commented a few weeks ago and said that he's lacking a little bit. His shot stopping is really good, you know, and he dives around. He's a bit more athletic, I think, but he doesn't. He seems like a quiet type. He doesn't seem aggressive, and I think if he adds that to his game, he probably do himself a few favours.
It is a tough one though. Like, I mean, sometimes he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. Like, if he comes out for it and, you know, cleans them all up and then, you know, leaves a striker free, then and they score. But I think that there's definitely there's an issue somewhere, whether it's between the three of them or it's just with, you know, I mean, most of the stuff there, like where we've conceded, it's difficult to sort of blame Zuma for a lot of those goals. I thought Zuma's been quite good in you know, most of the general play that he's been involved in. I think it's again more than any of the. If one of those three you've got to pick, most of the time the faults have started with Aguirre. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think Aguirre's got to take a bit of time out, but then it's hard because he thinks he is probably our top defender, and Liverpool are after him, and all sorts and it's hard to sort of be nice about taking you out the team. And then knocking someone's confidence as well. So I don't know. It's a tough one, that.
Well, there's two parts to it, right? Because I mean, look, primarily he's there to defend, but like if you watch some of his passes, they're just sublime. So what do you lose by taking him out of it? And you don't really know. I mean, Mavropanos, like the two games he's really played, I've only seen one of them, and you know, it was against the Serbian Gypsies, and. You know, was he really tested all that much?
You ain't going to find out until he put in there, is he?
I agree with that. But, yeah, I don't know. I reckon he needs at least one more chance. At least one more chance. And if he has another there, then...
Yeah, I don't know.
It's apart, right? They're the best, you know, a couple of the best sides in the country, right? Man City and, you know, Liverpool. Liverpool probably aren't top one or two, but they're not where they were. But you know, they're up there, aren't they? And it's a way.
Dave, it's not just them two though. He's made many mistakes since he's come in. Don't forget he was there last year as well, and he made a few last year as well. Like and clear, obvious ones as well. So it's not just the last two games, but the last two games are obviously highlighted because that's what we've just brought in a new central defender. And he's sitting in the wings. Like, cool, you got to have a little look at him, haven't you?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But I don't think we also, in my opinion, you don't want just that revolving chair every time somebody makes a mistake. You know, you're out. Like, give him a chance to redeem himself, and you know, I mean, the two costly mistakes against.
He's done it more than twice, mate. He's done it more than twice. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Don't agree with it at all.
Where else has he cost us goals though?
He's cost us goals last year as well. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but that's it.
I think there might have been two last year, but then he also made some really, really good last-ditch tackles and track back. You know, made some really good saving blocks. I thought at the end of last season, right, he would have been my call for captain for this year, starting the season. And I take your point, right? If he's made sort of 3, maybe 4 mistakes at the start of this season, then maybe his form starts to wobble and you want to look at it. But I also think that you don't really want to be ripping them out and wrecking his confidence, like you said yourself, Ryan. But for me, though, the one that's really got to start at the moment is Kudus, right? I think he's a game changer for us. Playing against a team like Sheffield United at the weekend, that's a team he could really fucking tear a new arsehole, to be honest, if given the opportunity. I would have him start now.
Who does he come in for, Dave?
Well, I think he has to come in on that left-hand side, doesn't he? And, you know, who was playing there in the last game? I can't even remember now. But Ben Rama's lost his hasn't he?
Yeah, Paqueta played there last. I tend to agree with you. I'd like to see Paqueta play in the middle alongside Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is,
I don't think there's any need to play Souček and Alvarez on Saturday. I think that's a perfect game. You just go with Alvarez, and you know, I was thinking about it today. It's not so much dropping Souček. You know, we've got a big squad now, and you know, whether we believe it or not, we are actually challenging on three fronts and 4 fronts when the FA Cup comes in. So we've got, and I'm speaking not as David Moyes, but you know, we've got to be prepared to chop and change people around. And you know, if a guy's making mistakes, yes, it would feel like he's being dropped, but give Dinos a run, leave Souček out, play one holding midfielder. Kudus has got to start on Saturday for me, and I think for everyone. He's got to start. You know, leave Antonio out, play Bowen through the middle, change things around a bit, because ultimately, Bowen.
Yeah, okay.
We should be beating these no matter what.
Think of it from Mavropanos' point of view, right? You've just been brought in as quite an expensive centre back, right? You're watching this geezer on the pitch, and he's making mistake after mistake after mistake, and you've got to be looking at, well, when's it my chance? This is surely my chance to come on and actually show what I can do. That's how I'm looking at it. So we've got, as you say, we've got a squad depth now. Why I would 100% go, well, do you know what? You're not quite doing it. We bought this guy in. He's sitting here on the bench. He's played well in the games that we've had, and he's come on and for Greece as well, scored 2 goals. He's high on confidence. Why wouldn't you give him a fucking go? You're not playing too well.
I don't know enough about him, but both times he has started on the right-hand side as well, which is where Zuma plays. So is he strong enough to play on the left side? I'm not sure if that's coming into Moyes' thinking, but I mean, you've also got hey.
It might do, you know. It might. You raise a good point there, right? Because he's a natural left-sider.
So I'm not sure. Look, I don't think that we can keep ignoring the mistakes that Agüero is making, especially if they continue against sides like Sheffield United. But you know, look, we're back in Europe again. You know, Friday morning for us. So there's another opportunity, and like you know, so if you look at like Souček's played 90 minutes or 80 minutes, whatever he played against Lincoln, I think he needs a break, and then he'll probably come in against we play Freiburg, Dave's team on Friday as well. So there is a lot to consider, and I agree. I think it was Matty's comment there. We don't need 2 6s in this game. They do play a 3-5-2, so we need for people that are further advanced up the pitch.
So you know, I back Moyes to the hilt, right? You know, I will make excuses for him, but you know, I'll be pissed off if he doesn't play Kudus from the start on the weekend. I think that would be. I think that would be just too fucking conservative for me if he goes with those 2 fucking 6s and doesn't put Kudus on the left.
Yeah.
Right, let's answer this question quickly. Just one each from all of you. Chris, discussion question for you all. This is it. Who's our best goalkeeper in the last 20 years?
Oh man, for me, it's between Green and Fabianski.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go there.
I'd go with Green or Fabianski as well. I've really, really enjoyed Fabianski's tenure at the club. I think he's been solid, and he's kind of unlucky to lose his place a little bit because we have got 2 decent keepers. And I do understand it, right? Because I think, you know, why is Harry going to hang around and be reserved for a 3rd season? I don't think he is he? So you've got to do that. Fabianski's probably been one of the favourite keepers I've seen in a long time at West Ham. I did like Green, but then he fucked off, didn't he? And didn't like that.
I think with Green though, like he used to do the unbelievable so well, but sometimes he'd just do the stock standard like as an absolute fucking retard. Whereas I think Fabianski, like he's an 8 out of 10 every fucking week. Whereas sometimes with Green, you just didn't know what Greeny was going to show up. He'd pull off something top shelf, and then you'd see like just a simple save, like it'd go through his fucking legs or something. So, oops. So it'd have to, if I had to choose, it'd be Fabianski for me.
Fair comment.
A lot can change, but 3 promoted sides are looking like the weakest trio in a long time. Usually at least 1, sometimes 2 promoted sides with serious risk of relegation, but these 3 are off the pace. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Sheffield got like 1 point, haven't they? But I think Everton's the only point they've got. They got the draw. So but they have put in some good showings, but 1 point out of 7 games. It's not that much.
The only one I can see really getting anything. I think Burnley could win a few games. The other 2, I can't really see him getting an awful lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if these comments get any bigger, Nathan's head's going to disappear off the fucking screen.
Bottom left is not for me.
You're right there, mate. 50 pence.
Bonner had another trick that could have led to a goal. It was that bad. I thought he'd put a bet on. I can't comment on it because I didn't see it, but we wouldn't have any players betting on themselves or against themselves. Wouldn't happen at our club. Ken Ammers, Mav, the bubble was steady as a rock last night.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Bring him in.
Saw the stats that look good, but again, can't comment without seeing it.
Bring him in. I hope not. In Hammers, we will play exactly the same way versus Sheffield United.
You're probably right.
Yeah, that's the terrible thing about that. We can talk about what we want, all we want on here, but we know that it's not really going to change too much, unfortunately.
No, I think we're going to see more of the ball. To be fair, I do. I think we're going to be looking at 60%. The key is what we do with it, right? Are we going to make the most of having the ball, or are we going to look a bit dumbfounded and not really know what to do with the possession?
Yeah. Happy Amaret. I agree. Kudos has to start, but he needs to be on the pitch with Bowen and Paqueta. Pax has to stay in the centre though to get the best from him. So what do we do? Kudos hasn't played on the left before.
Yeah, he played on the left in the first game, didn't he? In the Europe game, I thought. Or am I wrong?
I can't remember.
No, he's playing on the right because Bowen was sick.
Right. Okay. I think he can play out wide.
Yeah. I thought he played like must have been some of the highlights I think I watched when he was at Ajax. There was a lot of them were left and central. So
well, she just put this. As far as I'm aware, well, you might be wrong. Hey.
Oh look, here I am.
50
pence, two up top against the blunt blades. Wow, wouldn't that be nice?
It will not happen.
50 pence.
That won't
It'd
happen.
be nice though. Yeah, but this is the thing. We can all romanticise, can't we, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm telling you now, it won't fucking happen. I really hope that we go with only one defensive midfielder, and Kudus gets his start. That's a chance. I don't see 2 strikers. Stephen Bywater, no, he won't play up front, mate. No chance.
Ronnie Bubble. I understand everyone trying to crowbar Kudus into the team, but I really don't get anyone's thinking in moving Bowen around. The guy has started the season on fire. Yeah, I agree. I said that I saw glimpses of it in playing up top in the middle against Liverpool, but the more I thought about it over the last couple of days, the way we play is just not that he wouldn't fit that. And
yeah, I agree.
I think that the point is that when Curtis has come in, we played City, and then we've played Liverpool, and Moyes has gone for that more of a defensive setup, but he's got to put Paqueta into the side. So he's ditched Benrahma, Paqueta's in, and then he's played with those 2 holding mids. So I just can't understand why we would need that in this side. And if you look at the work that Paqueta does defensively, like there's nothing wrong with him playing in a central role. He would cut out anything that comes out that way. So fucking give Curtis the wing and let him just go at him the same way that Bowen does on the other fucking side. Like it makes perfect sense to me, but fuck, I'm not a Premier League manager.
So who have you got in the middle? Paqueta, Ward-Prowse?
Paqueta and Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So I just have Paqueta sitting high and then Ward-Prowse adjusting.
Yeah.
You know,
which is a bit of a shame because Souček's actually playing well.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
I agree with him. But he's got to be rested. Like the bloke can't play fucking 60 games a year either, can he? So we need to just keep rotating that squad, or we're going to
Hang on, what did you just say? Rotate the squad. Rotate the squad.
Sorry, did I swear?
No, I think you just said rotate the squad. That was your problem a minute ago, wasn't
it? No.
What about Aguero and Mavropanos then?
That's not rotating it. That's changing people for fucking mistakes.
That's a rotate. That's exactly the fucking same.
That's not a rotation.
Exactly the same.
No.
Exactly the same. Anyway, right. If anyone's got any more comments to come through, put them through. We're only going to be on for another 5 minutes, I think. But yeah, it's pissing down rain here. Absolutely bucketing down. So, someone have another piss?
No, I'll wait till we go off air.
Yeah, yeah, we get a special delight of the room for 4 on that one.
Oh man, it's good to have you back with us, Dave. It was touch and go whether Dave was going to make it again tonight.
It was
for different reasons.
So
you're looking surprisingly well.
Yeah, you are. Your little girl, she played tonight. So what was the final score, mate?
Oh mate, I lost count. I think it was 9-0 they lost. So they played against the QAS, which is like the Queensland feeder for the national teams, and it was her first game stepping up from under 13s to under 15s, and she got a few good touches at the end. And the level of the team she was playing against, it was tough. It was a bit of a tough watch, but yeah, no, it's good. Get out, support your kids, and
Talking about tough watches, Chris has just put anyone planning to catch any local football games this season. A-League starts in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, thank you.
No.
I'd rather go and watch Hackney Marshalls, mate. I'm putting that right now.
I'd rather watch Dave's daughter's team get beaten.
Yeah, even 9-0.
Actually, it was a treat. It was a good level. The QAS team was really good.
Well, one thing was a good level, I can tell you that. Haydos, only just realised we've got a whole hour without mentioning Tooten and Mitcham. Well, there you go, mate.
58 minutes. You ruined it.
They cut the sponsorship with us during the week, so we made a point of not mentioning them again.
Yeah,
they're not sending any more sausage rolls or anything.
No, it's not sausage rolls. It's Caribbean food down at Tooten and Mitcham. Unbelievable.
We even offered Lucan as a hostage, but they wouldn't have him.
Oh, man.
Right, well, I think that'll do us for tonight, lads. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Thanks for all the comments.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Good, yeah, another good turnout with the comments from everyone online again.
I'm trying to invest in a new chair by the time we do it again, so I'm not slipping away.
Next week, mate.
I will. And keep your comments to one line too.
Short and sweet, get to the point.
Otherwise, I fade away.
We've covered it up. Yeah.
Right, we back at the pub Monday?
Back at the pub Monday. Talk about the Sheffield United game. Is everyone there?
Is the pub open? It's public holiday. I'll check.
That's your domain, mate. But we'll get in somehow.
Cool.
We'll just have to hide under the table on Saturday night and stay there. But
no, it's not comfortable.
But yeah, thanks again for watching another interactive show. Thanks again for all the comments, and yeah, we always appreciate everyone jumping in. And one thing left to say. Come on, you guys.